Hey everyone, Couch Investor here with another video for you today. In today's video, I'm going to explain why I think Facebook's boycott is a huge opportunity for Pinterest to grow even faster in the next couple of years. So stay tuned for that. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, maybe now's the time to hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. I think around about 80% of you aren't subscribed. So you will help me a lot by hitting that subscribe button. And if you like the videos, maybe leave it a thumbs up as well, as it really helps me outgrow the channel. So without further ado, let's dive into this. Alright, so last week Facebook got hit with yet another scandal because, well, you don't have enough scandals for Facebook. Major advertisers, over 500 companies have pulled their advertising campaigns from Facebook, and some have also pulled from all the other social media platform, which means less revenue for Facebook, but we're going to get into that a bit later. Major advertisers, major companies such as Coca-Cola, Verizon, Starbucks, Pepsi, Lego, Dunkin' Donuts, and many more have pulled their campaigns from Facebook and are not planning to return to Facebook anytime soon. The reason why is because Facebook fails to regulate hate speech on the platform, and well, their CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, doesn't do anything to help with the case. So this is why I think, well, this is one of the reasons why I think Pinterest might be able to gain from this type of scandal. We're going to look at a couple of points right now, so stay tuned for that. All right, so before I dive into all my points why I think Pinterest is a top stock to own for the next 10 years and why it can rival Facebook for all that advertising revenue. But if you haven't watched my last video on Pinterest, it's going to pop up right here. I highly recommend it you go and watch it. We're going into various numbers in that video. In this video, I'm just going to compare both stocks and why I think Pinterest is a better stock to buy right now. And for an ethical standpoint, I think holding Pinterest is much better than holding, well, Facebook with its various scandals that comes with it. So first of all, Pinterest is the #3 social media platform in the world after Facebook and Instagram, obviously, so it's huge, but not a lot of people know that. Second of all, Pinterest is in the top 10 brand relevance index. What does that mean? Well, that's an index that basically ranks the top companies where its customers can relate to the company and are happy with the way the company is doing business. We're seeing here Pinterest prides itself on being the last positive corner of the internet, and users agree. It ranks #1 in our survey on makes me feel inspired and engages with me in new and creative ways. People come here for ideas, with 85% saying it's where they go to start a new project. It has 200 billion ideas, but also brims with love and kindness. Now, this is something that Facebook or Twitter, maybe Snapchat, does not have at all. People go to Pinterest to get inspired and to buy things because they're starting a new phase in their life or a new project, like we saw right here. Pinterest as well has the highest customer satisfaction of any social media platform. As we can see here, Pinterest maintains its leads while Facebook takes a nosedive according to the ACSI. Obviously, this does not surprise me that people are not very satisfied on Facebook. Most of the people that go on Facebook are frustrated or are just looking for something good to happen or to watch on the platform, but then get hit with like annoying ads or irrelevant news or fake news or whatever. People that go on Pinterest are usually more happy and are willing to get inspired or are going to inspire others by making creative boards, etc. Next up is Pinterest revenue. Last year it was around about $1.14 billion, which is nothing compared to what Facebook is making, but hear me out. So that $1.14 billion of revenue from Pinterest is just 1.6% of Facebook total revenue, which was around about $70 billion last year. In other words, what would be a sliver of Facebook's ad revenue translate into a huge chunk for Pinterest. Now, Facebook has 8 million advertisers contributing to its nearly $70 billion in revenue. Even if the company's 100 largest advertisers in May decided to boycott Facebook and Instagram for an entire year, which is highly unlikely, the company would take a 9% hit to global revenue, according to the Wall Street Journal. Now, 9% of Facebook revenue is around about, let's say, $7 billion in revenue, which is still almost 7 times what Pinterest is making. So if Pinterest can only take a little chunk of that Facebook revenue, that would already boost its revenue almost 5 times what it is today. And this is one of the major points I want to make here, is that Facebook is huge. No matter how big they are, every little chunk that Facebook loses can go to Pinterest, and all those small chunks will be huge chunks for Pinterest revenue. Now, next up might be a bit confusing for you, but in my opinion, Pinterest does not have any competition. It's not like other social media platform. Actually, it's not really a social media platform. It's still in that category, but you don't go on Pinterest to engage with one another, to talk to them. You go on Pinterest to get inspired, to buy things, and to show off your boards full of pins. Moreover, as we can see here, it fits perfectly the needs of advertisers. 2/3 are women. In particular, 8 out of 10 moms are on Pinterest in the US. As you can see here, mostly millennials, meaning mostly people that are starting a new life, maybe moving out, finishing college, getting married, having kids, etc. Those are the people that are more likely to stay on Pinterest even after one certain project or one certain phase of their life is finished. Now again, before I conclude, I want to quote another CEO, the CEO of Salesforce. He said in a call for intervention that, Facebook is comparable to nicotine. Facebook is the new cigarettes. It's not good for you. It's addictive. You don't know who's trying to convince you to use it or misuse it. The government has to step in, Benioff said. I don't trust the industry to self-regulate. And I think he's completely right. I think Facebook is going to fail and going to fall out with big businesses, especially if they fail to regulate their platform and regulate hate speech. I know free speech is a huge thing in the United States, but for advertisers and businesses to promote on such a platform that also promotes hate speech, there's no way that's going to go on for the next couple of years. But there is as well one negative point that I want to point out, and it's pretty big, is that Pinterest is known to take things slow as a company. There's been a survey, I think, or a couple of interviews with people that have worked at Pinterest saying that, decisions are slowly made, things aren't moving that fast because they want everybody to know what's going to happen, get everybody motivated, and only then get the execution done. I think that's a huge mistake, and I really hope the company speeds things up, because first of all, we want to see them be profitable in the next year. That's a must, because they're not profitable yet. If they will be profitable, great. We want to see more growth happening in the next couple of years. And if that happens, like I said, this could be the next 10x in your portfolio, and I really, really strongly believe it could happen. We're going to take a quick look at their graphs, and then we're going to end this video. All right, so let's look at the graph real quick. So last time I made this video was right around this price right here. I believe it was around $20 or so. And then I drew this crazy yellow line, making it a solid base, and then work its way all the way up to around, I would have said $25 or so. But in the meantime, the stock price went up, then down, then up, then down again. And now we're going back up to $25. Obviously, the price as well as the RSI is moving towards maybe a more risky time to open a position. If it's going to be overbought in the coming days, that would mean that the stock would probably break resistance at $25, which could be a good thing, even if we're going into the overbought area right here. I think breaking $25 and then maybe solidifying by creating a base right there, right here or so, could be something good for the long term. But as I said, for the long term, I see this stock being maybe a 10x stock in the next 10 years. Like we just seen, and like I said, if you don't mind the volatility, maybe now is the time to open a position in that stock. And if you do mind the volatility, maybe wait a bit for it to surpass some couple of key points. But in the long term, it doesn't matter. If they can execute their plan perfectly or near perfect, I think Pinterest could gain a lot. As we can see here, there's a huge difference in market cap. Facebook right now is at $665 billion in market cap, whereas Pinterest is only at 14 billion. So even it doesn't even have to match Facebook. Even if it can reach $100 billion in market cap, that would be already amazing, and amazing performance for your portfolio. And that will be it for this video. If you liked it, consider leaving a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, maybe now is the time to hit that subscribe button, and let me know down in the comments below what your views are on Pinterest, because I'm really interested to what you guys are thinking of that company. And like always guys, take care, stay safe, and see you all in the next video. Bye bye.